So your job is to make sure that there's a growth mindset and realize your job is to bring out the best in every single person on your team. That is your job. There's a famous story. Some of you might have heard this story. Right? You look at this little caterpillar, right, which looks kind of gross, right? You see them crawling over there. But we all know, they turn into a butterfly. So there's a famous story about a guy who was watching. He was, sitting on a park bench before he fell off the mountain and grabbed onto the branch, right? He was looking, I told you, the butterfly. So here he is. He's looking at this little cocoon, famous little story. And he's watching this little butterfly try to get out of the cocoon. And it has it's pinching little holes. And he's kind of rooting for it, come on, you can do it. But he sees it's really, 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 really struggling. So what does he do? Thinking, I feel bad, I want to help the person. He grabs a scissor and he starts to cut the cocoon so he can make it easier for the butterfly to finally get out. And you know what happens when the butterfly came out? The butterfly didn't look like, in this slide over here, this beautiful little butterfly. The butterfly looked more like this. Because what he didn't realize is that the way Hashem created it is the struggle that the butterfly needed to go through by pushing out of the cocoon, which we thought, they're struggling so much. The butterfly has to pump all that fluid out from its inner body into its wings so it could ultimately get through and ultimately fly away and live its best life. He thought he was helping this butterfly because he decided, I'm just going to take away this hard stuff from you, or I'm not going to be so tough on you, or I'm not going to push harder, I'm not going to help us accomplish this vision. I feel bad, let's make it easier for them. But what you don't realize you're doing is you're actually hurting them. They need to go through some of that difficulty and some of that pain in order to ultimately make sure that they have everything that they need. So your job isn't to fix it for them. Your job is to build the clock. Your job is to keep that vision on track. Your job is to inspire people. Give them everything that they need. You're conducting the orchestra, but you got to make sure that they're playing well together, and ultimately everybody's empowered to ultimately get to that place.